So I accidentally stopped the other video that I was playing before, yeah, because I wanted to pause. But I ended it. So this one will be part 2. So this is part of my continuation of what I was talking about prior, where I was talking about Mr. Mugwanya Mark, and what I want to talk about him, that you see the simplicity that he lives. He lives ebeereyo mpatta newunyiza nnyo Farouk Sarkozy we yagenzeeyo yakozesezza lyato naye bw'oyita n'emukono ekatosi era osootuka empatta eyo otuviiramu ente enjeru ndowooza waliwo n'ekkubo erituukayo nga toyisa ente enjeru n'oyita eyo munda waleka waliyo ekkubo eddala sirimanyi naye nze manyiri ente enjeru n'oyita eyo yonna yonna bw'otyo. So Mr. Mugwanya Mark, he was talking about different things, yeah. It was like a lecture, and he was talking about how you have to achieve certain things, yeah. How you self-discover, how you discover yourself, how you know your worth, how you go about with life, yeah. And the things that some of us find so dear may not be the same that others find dear as well, yeah? And it takes a lot of patience for you to realize this. Maybe some people even die without realizing, you understand? That the things that we chase, byonna gwe byolowooza byolina okukola oba byeweegomba ku balala, bw'omala otuukayo waggulu ku lusozi, so otuukayo n'ogamba ye mbadde nfaaki. Abamu tebakiina, abamu batuukayo kale sikimanyi naye nze ndowooza osobola otuukayo n'ogamba ye mbadde nfaaki. Tugamba obadde olina omuntu gw'owalana, gw'obadde ovuma, oba olina gwe kubya olukokola for you to achieve whatever you've achieved, yeah? I think after some time you realize and be like, blah, I think it was not worth it, yeah? But some people, I think it's different. So the other topic that Mr. Mugwanya talked about was of course he was talking about culture, and he was talking about Buganda and all this. And I want to challenge him. Why hasn't he dropped the Jewish name? Yeah, he has a Jewish name. I don't know why he hasn't dropped it. Yeah, because he seems like the advocate of Africanism, you know, and tradition and all this. So my question is, of course he will not see this, but I ask myself, why hasn't he dropped the Mugwanya, the Mark name? Yeah, because it's not part of our culture, you know. So I don't know. If I was the one interviewing him, I would have asked him about this particular question. Yeah, why he hasn't dropped that name. And the other thing that he talked about, he said he will not translate Ugandan made movies. Yeah, he will not translate Ugandan made movies. Yeah, bina Uganda ndiye tajja bivunula kubanga babeera bakola stories z'omukwano, babeera mu musezi, simanye ejjiini ly'entwetwe, simanye endeku, ubaga bino Uganda binana mu birabye ebyendeku, endeku neebuuka. And it was a very interesting topic, by the way, kubanga firimu ey'ejjiini ly'entwetwe ogenda okulaba nga omusajja adde ayogera ensonga. Imagine you have a job of telling a Ugandan story or an African story, and the story that you pick is ejjiini ly'entwetwe. Okategera akantu ako, ejjiini ly'entwetwe. I think Mr. Mugwanya had a very, very valid point. You cannot choose to tell a Ugandan story when no longer ejjiini ly'entwetwe. Many of us have grown up and we've never seen those things, and they're not real, by the way. You understand? Naye olina agamba African story, the story that you're going to tell is ejjiini ly'entwetwe, or even love. Mr. Mugwanya pointed out that in here in Africa, we don't even kiss in public, and he was absolutely right. So why are you telling an African story that has kissing and all this? I know the new generation, maybe people kiss in public, yeah? But it's not engraved in our culture. You understand? It's not part of our culture that people kiss in public and cuddle. Some of us, we grew up and we never saw our parents do these things. And for me, I believe it's the right way. It's our African way. Those things that we've watched in Hollywood movies where people kiss and they're lovey-dovey all around, I think that is us trying to adopt other people's cultures. Yeah? And I think we should stick to ours. We don't kiss in public. Understand? I just show up, this is my missus, and that is that. Understand? That is how we are. And I don't expect anyone to tell a Ugandan story and they show public kissing and all this like it's a telenovela. Understand? It's not part of our culture. So if you choose to tell an African story or a Ugandan story, there are so many. There's so many African stories. There's so many stories that happen all the time. You can tell stories about that girl who saved that fire. That fire that happened in Budo. You understand? These are stories that are authentic, that you can tell, and people can actually come to the cinema to watch them. You understand? Imagine making a Ugandan story and you're like, oh, we have made a story about the fire. That Susan Namakanda wamita simujukira ni omwana oyo. Naye nga nogamba nti no story eyo kwatako n'omwana. You audition, you get actors and all this. I think that's an African story that people can really, really side with and they'll come and watch. We also have several African stories. And the problem with not telling these stories, because the reason why Hollywood invested so much in film is that whatever you believe the United States is, whatever picture you have of that country is what you've seen in a James Bond movie, or in a Tom Cruise movie, or in American Gangster, or you think everybody lives in a loft overlooking Central Park. You understand? But this is contrary to the truth. You understand? It's not what really happens. But I'm just pointing out the importance of telling your own story. You drive the narrative. You create the perception that people, because not everybody is going to get out of their country to come and travel. But once they see this movie, not everybody will get a chance to go to the United States. But you'll have this image of the United States where everything is perfect and it's like paradise and you can achieve all your dreams when you go there. But there's also jacks and bums in that country as well, as we've seen over time with the invention of the internet. So after some time, my point, I'm all over the place, but my point is that don't allow other people to tell your story. You understand? You have to tell your own stories and the right way. You understand? Tell the right stories, because there are so many. We have legends. We have legends that have stories that you can tell and you can use, and people are there and you can use their stories and you can actually, keep these stories alive. You understand? So it's quite unfortunate that even with that budget, a limited budget, and this is, I had this conversation as well with some other colleague of mine way before Mr. Mugwanya talked about it, and they're like, that's some budget that Mr. Omitani, Sembajwe, Mr. Sembajwe or Ebons, that's some budget gwe gyokozesa okuzanya bi OMG ebitalina makulu ebyalaavu drama. You can use it to tell a Ugandan story. You understand? That's same budget. You already have a team, you already have actors. You can use that same budget to tell a Ugandan story. A Ugandan story that is actually viable and adds on the society. You understand? Say OMG, Smile Salon. That is dramatizing mediocrity. You understand? And some of those things don't even happen in the real Ugandan story. Yeah? So we have a chance of telling the stories, but some of us just choose not to. You understand? So it's 10 minutes now. I'm gonna go now. This is part 2 of the other. It's a follow-up of the other video that I made at first. Bye-bye.